So are you one of those that think that fashion shows are unnecessary? Like, why do people do them? It's unnecessary stress, or I don't need the drama? Then this video is for you. I am a clothing brand retailer and a fashion designer, and
this is the designer Elsie and Keys.
hey guys, exciting times. Come with me while I prepare for my first ever fashion show for Elsie and Chicks, the plus size brand. Meet Teju. Teju is my excellent production coordinator, and together we came up with designs with fabric combination and sizing for the project. We had little time, so straight to work. Now, I had another production well underway that I was managing remotely. Like you see here, they had to send me videos, pictures for approval. I had to monitor the entire production remotely because this factory is quite a distance away, and before you know it, everything was coming together and this show was going to be a possibility. I couldn't believe it, and before you know it, the factory delivered in no time. This is me trying on the clothes to ensure that everything went according to plan. Now back to the workshop where my other production was going on. I had to go over the designs to ensure that everything was going according to plan and all of the designs were coming out right. We had to make a few changes here and there, some fittings, and yeah, before you know it, this was also good to go. And one of the main things that we did was that we actually already tagged the clothes according to the model so that on the day we had little work and everything was all packed and ready for the big day, guys. These are my people, guys. I put this together in just, and here are some of the challenges slash surprises that I encountered. A lot of thought, time, and hard work goes into these shows. So you have to take into consideration every little detail, from making your designs to fabric selection and even deciding the sequence of the show. Yes, I'm talking from the first and closing designs to what model wears what. Every detail is very important. So as a first timer, of course, I was frustrated that I couldn't control everything. But at the end of the day, I'd say our debut wasn't so shabby. Secondly, you all know that inclusivity is the core value of Elsie and Chicks, the brand. Hence why we advocate for plus sizes. The organizers struggled with our request to work with strictly plus size models. So in the end, we had to borrow a page from our own book. By including standard models to our designs, the best part was that we even included the hijab models, and this made our showcase even more interesting. Fashion shows are not cheap, especially if you have to work with strict deadlines and pay for express services like I did. In my case, I even had to bear the cost of the plus size models after paying for the showcase, as there was no provision for plus size models. Please, fashion show organizers, do better, Biko. Upon everything, I was still scammed because they didn't deliver what I paid for. But that's the story for another day. Finally, for me, it was all about the experience. And trust me, it was an exciting one for myself and the team. So here are a few takeaways from this event. Plan early, don't do last minute like me. Yes, check fashion show calendars. I'm sure that you can know all the fashion events coming up that you want to be a part of, and focus on what's important, basically your brand and your designs. Secondly, you have to learn to think on your feet. Be ready for anything. Working with models of different sizes can be super tricky, so prepare to switch dresses on the go and improvise. A good tip that we actually use is to keep the fastening flexible, like lace up instead of zips, and stretchy bands to make sizing very flexible. Ask questions, have email correspondence, and sign contract so that all the communication and all parties involved, everything is pretty transparent and everyone is accountable. Lastly, enjoy every moment. I know the entire process can be overwhelming, but be present as much as you can. Learn from your mistakes and learn from your challenges so that you can improve. Bonus tip: don't forget to document and publicize your show, because it's your story and no one can tell it better. So that's my experience with my first ever fashion show. I had another show shortly after, which I enjoyed even more. Stay tuned for part 2. I ran. Did you see me?
You ran, disappeared. You're shy.
Keys. Gone away amazing job. Wonderful. This is the designer Elsie and Keys.